Hey guys, this is Brandon. I'm Happily Dressed, a fashion blog dedicated to self-acceptance, self-confidence, and self-sufficiency, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm back a lot sooner than I thought I'd be to have a second go at this button-up. I took a random trip to Goodwill the other day and found these amazing drapes that just had such a cute pattern on them of these little flowers and butterflies, and it's this nice gray color, and I was like, you know what, this would be really cool to attempt to do a button-up with again, because I thrifted it, so it was only like literally $4, so it wouldn't be too much of a waste if I messed up again. And I think the pattern is pretty unique and interesting. Basically, I thought this would make a great button-up. I should have known better, because as soon as I get an idea in my head, it will not go away until I do it. So I tried to wait to film this video, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna wait. I'm just gonna try it. I know what I did wrong and I can fix it. I recorded a good handful of the process, but what I really needed to take my time on was pinning the facing and the collar so that they match up correctly. Also, this go around, I did not cut out any interfacing because in my last shirt, I just feel like it made it too stiff. I don't really like stiff button-ups. I like them to be more flowy and loose. Also, I fixed the issue with the bottom and the top hem not lining up because of the way I sliced into the pattern trying to make it cropped. But I will say I still need work on my bottom hem. It looked a little uneven sometimes depending on how I button it up and how I wear it. But all in all, I am still proud of what I was able to accomplish, and I'm just gonna walk you guys through it. This should be a very short video. If you haven't already, I'll put it up here. Check out the very first video where I took my first attempt and kind of went into more detail of what I was doing. So starting off, I went ahead and cut out the two front bodice pieces. I didn't fold the fabric this time because of the print. It's so interesting that I wanted to make sure I chose what I wanted to be on both sides. So here's everything cut out. And not only did I do that, but I went around and basted all the edge pieces for like the collar, the sleeves, etc. Basting is just sewing at the longest stitch length, so that way your fabric does not stretch as you're sewing. And you'll want to do it within the seam allowance. So then next I moved on to the pocket and sewed that down. I thought it was really cute to have the butterfly kind of be the centerpiece of the outfit, so I put it on the pocket. Next I moved on to attaching the fronts to the back. The only reason the back is so long is just because I messed up the last time with the back, so I wanted to give myself enough room since I sliced the pattern all sorts of crazy. But this is me sewing the shoulder seams together, and once that was done, I went ahead and pinned the sleeves together. I love this pattern for its notches and stuff, because when you self-draft, yes, you can make notches, but I love when people do it for me, so I knew exactly how to put the sleeve. And once that was all done, I went ahead and closed the piece as well. Don't forget to check out the first video where I kind of went more in depth with these steps. Basically now I am just closing the side seams. Moving on to the collar, I finally got this bad boy right because the pattern actually has it wrong with how much I'm supposed to leave out, but I fixed it and I pinned the facing and the collar together so that way the seam allowance matched up. And when that was all done, I went ahead and moved on to sewing on the buttonholes and the buttons. And after this part, because I jumped around, I went ahead and finished the collar. I pinned it down to hand stitch it on the inside, and that's what it looks like once it was done. And then finally, I hemmed the sleeves and the bottom part of the shirt. Alright, so that was my process. Let's try the shirt on. Oh, you know what? I maybe should have ironed it before I started recording, because I just threw it over here in this pile of mess that you guys see. I brought it back from home. Oh, and if you see my Instagram, you've already seen this shirt. But yeah, here we go. Oh, it looks so good. Hold on, let me back the camera up. Wow, holy moly. Let me lower this down. I like, forget, yeah, look at the little pocket. I wanted to keep the butterfly somewhere on here because they kind of just like hide in the seams, which is very unfortunate. But I like the fact too, I try to keep these stripes in the middle of both fronts. I have it in the middle too, going down the back. Even kind of matches up at the collar going down. That was on accident because I didn't even realize that. But I was like, oh, that works. So I try to keep some kind of structure to the pattern and the print. These are my 3 buttons, and these are my 3 buttonholes, obviously. But I actually really love the look of just having 3 buttons at the bottom. And when I want to button it up, I can. But this is where I said I should have used the buttonhole guide because it can look a little shifty at points, depending how you look at it. But all in all, I'm actually very, very happy with this. Here's the collar that I'm really proud of, that I did without messing up this time. And I think it looks really nice, even with the facing on the inside. So yeah, this is my second attempt at a button up and I'm actually very happy. So hopefully this inspires you all to go out and attempt things more than once. If you mess up the first time, do it the second time. If you mess up again, do it a third time and continue until you get it right. It feels good to actually know how something works. And I still don't understand it completely with my hem at the bottom. And even this was still, it was easier, but I like it to be even more easy. So the more you do something, the more it'll click in your brain and you'll get it instead of looking at it and being like, what is this? I don't even know where to start. But until next time, I'll see you in my next video. See you guys later.